Welcome to the Awesome. I'm Big Roy and this is Mobile Strike Force. So I'm going to show some variants of the top arena offense. I did a video about a while ago. The only matchup it had a little bit of trouble with was against high Red Star Pyros. I'm going to show you why in this first video. This one actually goes very well in this one. The reason being is they have the Pyro by their Ultron. So if they have that and the ability block hits them, then you're alright. It will go fine because he'll just use his basic and hit the bots, but it won't kill them. If you don't get that ability block off on them, then he's going to use a special. The bots are going to die instantly once their turn comes around, so they're not going to buff your Ultron, and it's going to be much harder to win. After playing with Ultron for so long, you're so used to that Ultron train rolling and just smashing through everything. So if it gets disrupted by losing those bots before they can throw those buffs up, it makes them a lot weaker. You can still get away with using this team. I think the max is probably like a 4 Red Star Pyro going up against them. Once they get up to 5 and then even 6, or especially 7, you got to find a different way because he just hits so hard and wipes out those bots, and it comes down to total RNG to where if he targets the right ones or doesn't target the right ones, can definitely affect whether you win or lose. And we just can't have that, because if you're fighting at payout, you need to have a guaranteed win, because you don't have time to back out or to fight them again. So this is like the best possible way it could go if they have it positioned right behind their Ultron. But the smart opponents will move him away from Ultron so he can't get hit by that ability block. So we're just going to end up rolling through the rest of this, and then we're going to move on to the first variant I tried, which of course is my big fatty Rhino. And he works quite well, as you will soon see. Alright, so this is against a 5 Red Star Pyro. I decided to try out my big fatty Rhino, who I believe he was at 5 and 5. Yellow and red stars. Might have been 6, I'm not sure. I did record this a while back. What I love about having him against Magneto is he wipes that first turn blind. And you can go to town. Now what you want to do is you want to attack Pyro as long as you can before he goes into stealth from Phoenix, because you want him to get that speed bar, so he'll actually go before your Ultron summons his bots, so they don't get hit with it, so they can survive. Alright, so now we can summon them and make sure they get their buffs up on your Ultron. You do unfortunately lose the ability block, but you do not lose your bots, which are actually more important. That is a beefy Juggernaut. Now we do lose the Phoenix, which sometimes can hurt you, but it works out this time. Go ahead and do that AoE just because we want as much damage on them as possible. Try to take out what we can. Alright, took the Pyro out, so you don't have to worry about all his damage coming at you, or possibly having his ultimate hitting you. Alright, now I thought about, should I use the ultimate here? I go ahead and decide to do it. So we can hit that Magneto there, because we gotta get this big fatty Juggernaut down. Because you don't want to be stuck behind them for too long. Because you want to get to their Ultron. You do not want him to start rolling on his bots, because then it can spiral out of control very quickly. Go ahead and use the ults. Finish him off. Make sure we get that Ultron down. We still got to take him down one more time, but we have the speed bar removal, so we're going to be okay. Nuke her, and down she goes. So that worked very well, but there's still a little bit of RNG. Sometimes it didn't go perfectly. Like, it was a much lower chance of it not working well than with the original team. Then I tried Psylocke, and it makes it a cakewalk again. You can almost do it on auto. It makes it so easy. So we get blinded. We're still going to use Magneto's special on Ultron. And then I thought about, do I want to use her special or not? I decided not to. Just to spread out the damage and the bleeds. And now we're putting everything on him. So completely nullify Pyro. Nuke him down. And the good part is, if somehow, some way that your nuke doesn't take out the enemy Ultron, the leftover bleeds on him will finish him off for that first takedown of him. So it's very nice. Then you get the blind on the Pyro, so he is completely neutralized and completely useless. Once again, do I use the ult or do I not? I decide to do it, clear out some of those bots and get the Pyro down lower. Another good thing, your Phoenix is not blinded because Psylocke passed all those over to their Ultron, so then you can get rid of Juggernaut's buffs and then get back hitting their Ultron. Actually makes it quite easier. You don't have to try to fight through all those Juggernaut buffs forever. So Ultron goes down very easily. You do eat a Juggernaut ult, but that is okay. Because Dark Phoenix comes back on the flip side. It wipes out their Pyro. And you can soon take out the rest of them. So yeah, Psylocke completely counters high Pyros. Even 6 red. I don't know if I've fought a 7 Red Star Pyro. It'll be pretty much the same. Because everything's just going to get passed right back to their Ultron. Makes it very easy. Down he goes. And it's all over except for the shouting. But yeah, like once their Dark Phoenix comes up, all you need is one Ultron bot that can remove speed bar and it's over. There we go. Then we're going to run through it one more time against the same defense, just to see that it is quite consistent, even when punching up 60k or more. Because there's very little RNG involved in this, and that's what you always want to look for. You want consistent actions that are going to happen. No matter who he hits with a special, you're still going to pass them all onto their Ultron. And your Psylocke doesn't need to be super high. I think mine is 4, maybe 5 yellow and 4 red stars. So she doesn't need to be completely maxed out to get everything passed back to them. Plus she gives that evade to your Phoenix once she drops below 50%. So she can easily dodge that Ultron nuke if it does get off. Now that might be the one RNG if your Magneto doesn't get his blind off on their Pyro yet, but it is still fine. You can still run through them because you can get their Ultron down so quickly. And even at the high red stars, Pyro is still quite squishy. Wow, got them all down before the Magneto blind, so that was even more explosive. course, you always want to leave your Phoenix, their Phoenix for last, rather. Now, normally it is best to have their Phoenix go into Dark Phoenix first, and then optimally have yours go into Dark Phoenix next, then you get that defense down on her, but it is still fine. Because if you've got, what is that, 10 versus 1, doesn't matter how strong she is, she's going down. Alright, that is going to do it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the Strike Force Masters of Launch podcast. We've had some awesome episodes lately. We talked about all the supernatural characters coming out, and Hela, and all the other ones, and Mr. Sinister. Lots of fun, so check that out. Link is in the description. Until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.